All right, so welcome again to the Schoolboy football program, and we have some interesting topics to touch on today. Very, very interesting topics. I have to do the show early. First of all, let me apologize. Let me apologize for the early show, because I can't go long tonight, and I want to get the show on board. So I apologize for the early show. I won't be available in the later stage of the night. So I'm trying to get the show as early as possible. So as you guys come in, as I said, I apologize. But remember to smash the like button and definitely hit that subscribe button if you're here for the first. The regular panelists will be on quite soon as they join. Now, big talking point, massive talking point. And I just finished watching the game. And the issue is, was that a penalty? That was the issue. Was that a penalty? And immediately when I saw that action, I'm like, this is going to be very, very, very entertaining in regards to discussion. So we have a lot of things to talk about. Boss King said, never know the ref could rob a game. So Mark's Catering Company said, blessings, General, blessings, Mark. Blessings, Mark. Damian Stewart said, my team man is fight, but them lose it. But a football, hey, people, man is put up a valiant fight today. A valiant fight. That's how I'm knowing that you can't write off no team. You can't write off no team at this point in time. Fabian coming on, Fabian look upset. What going on, Fabian?
Bless up, everybody. What going, Mario? Bless up all of the viewers, them. Early show tonight.
Yeah, I've run an early one. All right, so before going to anything, because we know the website now got the updates so quick, but we don't know the scoreline. We watch the scoreline. We keep up with the updates. And what we can say right now is this now. May we talk about the game what just come off hot off out of the oven, I would say. Charlie Smith versus Clarendon College. We'll just jump to the one that's straight. We now waste no time. We'll jump to the one that's straight. Charlie Smith versus Clarendon College. What are your thoughts about that game?
The game didn't really pick up until the second half. The first half was pretty boring. The second half, the game really picked up. Clarendon College, they were very, very wasteful. They were very wasteful in front of goal. Though they were dominant for a majority of the game, Charlie Smith, they did come to play. I am upset because a game that is that tight, you wouldn't want that type of decision to select the winner. It is as if the referee was just waiting for the Clarendon College player to go down to award the penalty. Like she was just there waiting for him to go down to award the penalty. Anywhere else on the pitch, that would not be a foul. No, in no other game, if that happened 100 times, 99 out of the 100 times, the referee will tell the player to play on, especially in the 89th minute of a game, of a quarter final game.
What's it? The ref took the spotlight.
The ref took the spotlight for this for that decision, man. It's a very poor decision to decide a game like this. Very poor.
All right. It was a poor decision in regards to making the decision. Now, the question is, was that a penalty?
No, for me, it wasn't a penalty. No, it wouldn't even be a foul. If you're talking to somebody like that at half line, it wouldn't be. The Clarendon player was in the box spinning. As a matter of fact, him chip over the ball. That's the first thing. And then when him chip over the ball was running away from him, and the Charlie Smith player tore the ball from in front of him, and the Jamaica College, us JC, the Clarendon College player kicked the Charlie Smith player. So if any foul to give, it must be to Charlie Smith. But she did not hesitate, not even for a second, to think She never hesitated at all. It seemed like she had a date and she couldn't spend no any longer time at Stadium East. She wanted to get out of there quickly.
All right. I personally have a different take on it. Me understand what I said now. For me personally, when the game I play, I realize there's certain decision. For example, I think the captain made a numerous amount of foul and didn't get a card. And when I saw the Charlie Smith player stop a counter attack, you know them tactical foul, that's in a normal card, just a tactical foul. Immediately the card come out. So I personally thought that it seems, from my perspective, what I was seeing, it's ought to be a bit going to a particular team in regards to the governance or the officiating of the game. The Clarendon College players were extremely overly aggressive in regards to how they were approaching other players, and I didn't see any remorse in regards to how they attack the players or try to even go in contact with the players. No. No, the point I'm trying to make now is regards to that particular moment when I saw the player going. The defender went in and he put his foot in front of yes, he wasn't the captain, he was the number 9. Very, very tall, stout player. The defender intercepted the shot, basically. And at the given moment of intercepting the shot, that is when the striker hit the back of the defender's foot. No. On any given day, even as I said, any other players on the pitch, yes, they would, some referee would even look past that. But what I realized is that when the defender intercepted the shot, the ball didn't move, which means that he didn't make contact with the ball. He just planted his foot in front of the attacker.
The player kick him.
No,
but not gonna make contact with the ball, and the Clarendon College player kick him. Remember, the Clarendon College player had the ball, and him do him fandangles, and the ball, when the ball run away from him, the Charlie Smith player, go for the ball, If he had control of the ball, he would have get off his shot. Run the ball, run from him.
Yeah, but
that is why that give the Charlie Smith player a chance to go and win the ball, and in doing so, he kick the Charlie Smith player. If he had control of the ball, he would have get him shut off.
But the question is not, Fabian. Did the defender win the ball when he made the interception?
The question is, the defender never tackled the player. The defender went for the ball and he got kicked. Him never tackled the Clarendon College player, and the ball him go and he get kicked.
Yeah, but he went for the ball, but he did not get the ball. That is the thing.
Yeah, but it was, remember, the Clarendon College player did not have the ball at that point. The ball was running away from him.
All right, so Fabian,
it's two things, If the Clarendon College player had the ball at his feet and he went for the ball and prevent him from kicking the shot, that is completely different from the ball running away from him. Once you don't have control of the ball, it is not your ball, it's anybody's ball. And for those of you in the comment section, I'm not going to single out anybody in the comment section. The Matthews and Sports Max, go and watch it again. Go and watch it. Slow it down and watch it. So he lost control of the ball. Him lose control of the ball. Me hope that can find it and slow it down. Find it and slow it down and show them. Him never have control of the ball.
All right, so
and I would not make a decision like that.
Yes, he lost control of the ball.
Yes, he lost control of the ball, so it's not his ball again.
He lost. Me agree, him lost control of the ball, no Fabian. But my thought is this. Let me try find it. At this particular point, the defender that went in for the tackle, it did not make contact with the ball in itself. And the main aim for it to not be a penalty was the defender to make contact with the ball first.
All right, so question, let me answer this question. So if he did not have control over the ball, that would make it a 50-50 ball, right? So who was closer to the ball? That is the question,
The striker was.
If you look at this position, the Charlie Smith player was not going through the back of the player. He wasn't lunging from behind the player. which simply means that the Clarendon College player did not have the ball for him to come side on and take the ball.
No.
At this point, the Charlie Smith player is closer to the ball than the Clarendon College player. So how is it that you're going to kick a shot and your opponent is closer to the ball and the opponent is not coming from behind you or from front on, he's coming from side on? Simply means you don't have the ball and it's a 50-50 ball. And the defender has all right to go for the ball and you kick the defender. It's a very, very soft penalty.
Yeah, it is. Would I say soft real? And if I was a referee, I wouldn't call that decision at that point. I would actually
I wouldn't give that decision, But I'm not
taking the penalties.
I mean, Clarendon College, they were the better team, and they were just wasteful. So I don't want the Clarendon College supporters feel like I am bashing their team. Clarendon College had an off day, and even when they had an off day, they were better than Charlie Smith.
But not by miles. Charlie Smith, I was pretty much surprised at some point.
Miles, but they were better.
Question: the last ditch tackle that the Clarendon College, I think was it the captain made? I'm not sure. The defender, the last ditch tackle in the 80-something minutes, and take down the Charlie Smith striker. Do you think that should have been a red card?
When the earlier play, somebody was asking me about it, but I cannot comment on it, and I did not see it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I did not see it. I wasn't watching at the time, but you see, in football, you cannot, and referees always make this decision. You cannot use one incident to justify another incident.
Agree. No, I'm not just no. But we know one thing with referee. They normally merit a bad decision.
Because very, very, they are. Let me, you know what? Let me change my words here. They are not supposed to do that. If you make a mistake, you should not go and try and make a mistake purposely for the other team to give the other team to make up back for the mistake. Because you make a mistake, make the right decision the next time.
The mistake was already made.
The mistake was already made. So try and make the right decision. Don't try and make another mistake to try and give back, to make up back for it, or to give anything. Because at the end of the day, you are human. And the reason why I said this was not even a penalty either. This referee, she never even think about it. She did. It's like she was waiting for the Clarendon College player to go down.
I agree. No, because as Mr. Silno, from what I saw watching the game, I thought that the referee officiated the game. It's my perspective, people, and I am free to have a view of the game as how I feel. But it's my perspective. I honestly thought that the referee kind of ref the game slightly in favor, or officiate the game a little in favor of the Clarendon College. Maybe remember, I don't know, but it just seems that way to me. And you realize the coaches were very upset about it. And
I am upset, and I don't support Charlie Smith, and I am upset. I am upset, and I don't support Charlie Smith.
See, was the Charlie Smith penalty a penalty? I think it. CC asked if the Charlie Smith penalty was a penalty as well.
I did not. I started watching. Listen, you see, I watched the first 20 minutes of the game.
Bored. The first half boring, man.
We turned it off, and I said I'm going to watch the last 10 minutes because penalty goes. Then we turn it back on and watch the last 10 minutes.
So for me, let me tell you personally,
I cannot talk about that.
A two soft penalty. The two of them soft, and I personally think the two of them it could have went either way. Eh?
Charlie Smith got a penalty?
Yes. That's what they scored. So the referee had a poor game. Yeah. The question should be, did the referee really had a poor game, or this was the intention?
I mean, I don't. All right, you see, for the other instances in the game, I cannot talk for those. I can talk about the one that I saw in the last 10 minutes. And I will still say this, and I'm going to say it to Fresh God, to big up yourself, Fresh God. You cannot merit a bad decision by making reference to another bad decision.
No, so, man, no, we just try to clarify. Remember, so what finish off the game and no.
Yeah, man, I understand. So whether so a lot of persons are doing this, you know. So whether or not this was right or wrong, 5 minutes earlier, 10 minutes earlier, that has nothing to do with the current decision.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I say? Mm-hmm. What I am talking about is that in the 89th minute of a quarter-final game, you are going to give a penalty like that to decide the game. The very poor from the referee. And I'm not going to stop saying it. That is very, very poor from the referee. And the Clarendon College supporters, I mean, you can grab it with both hands and whatever. You guys, I would grab it with both hands too. But a little bit of, don't be biased. It's probably the softest penalty I have seen all year watching football, both locally and internationally. The softest penalty I have seen watching football all of this year just starts still so far in this season. And Clarendon, you grab it with both hands, but let's not be biased. Let us not be biased. I'm not saying Clarendon didn't deserve to win. I'm just saying they didn't deserve that penalty.
All right, I agree with that. Shaz, you have an earphone? Can me hear a feedback a while ago?
It clear now?
Yeah.
Hey, Fabian.
Yeah.
You see, if you're not watching match, I have so much good thing to say. I guess you did the out of the stadium East or something, because I swear to God, if Clarendon College go in the next game playing like this, them can go, Clarendon go and prepare for the Dakar Cup, because I swear to God, them can win this championship with this type of playing football. Because first thing first, the idea is good in terms of keeping position at the ball and the whole works. But if you're keeping position at the ball and you're not penetrating the opponent, it doesn't make any sense. And to me, I don't know if it's where they call it a prototype of ball game where they play in slow, like walking tempo. That can beat KC, JC, or even if the book Garvey today, that couldn't beat Garvey, I tell you honest truth. Clarendon College was so poor. At one time, the commentator asked him what I don't know. They're very disappointed and how them turn out. And to be honest about the penalty, in the game, I think it's only one penalty. Charlie penalty is penalty all day. Defender left with dead. Penalty all day. This one now, I don't know. As Fabian said, either she have a date or something. I should have something on the stove. Because I swear to God, I don't know how this become penalty. I don't know how this become a penalty. One of the journalists, one of the commentators was trying to say that it can be the mere fact that the forward itself was trying to kick the ball, and hold on, may I explain why the person is like, I'm not a penalty now.
Because sometimes George was playing devil's advocate here. George knows it's not a penalty. The person beside George is a qualified referee, and he said it wasn't a penalty, no way, shape, or form. So George was just playing devil's advocate.
All right. So what we can't stick on that, you know, we can't really stick on that. So Charlie Smith.
Yeah, tell people the score. Match finished 2-1. Clarendon College 2, Charlie
the match
1.
Yeah, so the match finished Clarendon College 2 with Charlie Smith 1. That late controversial penalty. Really controversial penalty. That is the sole reason why we are all discussing it right now. And if you look in the comment section, that is what everyone is actually speaking about. That specific penalty. Everyone is talking about that. So Kebran, I got mad. So let's move off. Let's move away from that game now.
Make them wait. They have some patience.
And for the All right, so let's move to the next game. We have Kingston College. What was that?
Now I was saying to the Clarendon College supporters, I mean, yeah, Clarendon College had a bad game today. for those who are watching Clarendon for the first time, this is not how they play normally. Their intensity was so off today. They usually play at a higher intensity. Today was their off day, and when you win on your off day, that says something. So just take it, and you have to bring your A game in the next round because we're playing either JC or KC. So you have to bring your A game.
All right, agree, totally agree. All right, so we'll move on. So we'll complete Charlie Smith and Clarendon College. So it's tough, it's harsh, but football is an unforgiving sport. I'll say it goes to my time. Decision can go your way. Decision can also go against you. I think it's just a part of the sport. It just feel very harsh when such a critical decision go against you. So let's move to the next game. We have Kingston College defeating Mannings 1-0. And from what I've heard, I didn't get to see this game. It seems as if Mannings came to the party and stood very, very resilient up to Kingston College. What's your thoughts on it, Fabian?
Remember last night, this was my game that I said should be a TV game, you know. And based on what I am hearing from the game, it should have been one of the TV games because this was the game. Remember for this game, and I could not predict the win. I did say I'm leaning towards KC, but it's by 1 goal.
All right, so
I expect Manning to come to the party, and I expect Manning to play. And big up to KC. If I had to pick a winner, I would have chosen KC for that game, but I knew that it wouldn't be easy against a very, very.
You give me predictions, them?
I'm really predictions. I think you want to talk about the Clarendon game, right?
Yeah, so for the Clarendon game, me and Shad said 2-1, you said 3-1. I mean, I must change it, you know. You said 2-1, I said 3-1. I must change it. No, for the KC game, you said 2-2. Shad said 2-0, and I said 1-0. so
you get two out of 3 so far.
Yeah. Feel nice. Prediction, turn up. Shads. You never finished. Analyze the game.
Well, which game? This game, KC game?
Yeah.
We never said nothing really still yet. But this is, we expect the result. I think, well, we got 2 and a goal shot, yeah. But as you say, it's not a game where I could see, like, watching everything. So I would know how it play right show. But the result was in the favor of the favorite. So it's just that, yeah, it's one of the games where we say, me said 2. Fabian was hoping Mannings could really do something. I sent to the 2-all jar. But
actually, no.
I said 2 still, so you know, we need a game. About 3 games gone down, though. 3 wins. No, we win the whole 4. It's only unfortunate that, well, we saw each other game them still, but yeah, on the result alone. But it's a good win for KC.
Yeah, agree. So that was, I think, based off of information of Fabian, it definitely seems like the Mannings come to work and then put in a very good shift.
Mannings pushed them too. Mannings really pushed them. I remember I had 3 scores. Remember me did say 1-all, 2-all, 3-2, or 2-1. I know it was going to be a very close
game.
Mannings come to play.
I agree with that. All right, so we can move to the next game. I think the next game is
the big bad Jamaica.
That's the earlier games them now. Jamaica College versus Charlie Smith. Jamaica College versus
Garvey Maceo. Garvey.
Maceo.
Hey, that was a game, man. Hey, if Garvey have some more technical players like JC, JC gone home to the clear, no. JC gone home clear. And Metal said, yeah, all right. You see the goal, like, the penalty we give when the last game, just Clarendon College and Clarendon and Charlie game.
Mm-hmm.
The tackle and the youth name Cousins is a clearer penalty than each penalty we see in this previous game.
Mm-hmm.
And Metal the second half, if Garvey was more technical, clinical, them send home JC to them, I tell you honest truth. Them bring the bargain to JC second half. I can count the few chances JC create compared to how much Garvey create. And as if Cousins and the number 11 was very clinical. Cousins wasn't even confident enough because one time he had a true ball, when cut it back, when could kick it across the keeper, could have gone anywhere, it can go in the goal or not. But at start to the keeper as well because he make a few good save for JC. But to be honest, Garvey team on the defensive side didn't have much to do compared to JC. JC were much more on the back foot from the second half. It's if the first 20 minutes JC played some good football, yeah. And them score, them get them goal within that time there. But I tell you, from Garvey set them foot down second half and onward from the first half, they bring a ball game to JC and it was a total different game. And I think if they get score one of them chances, it would have been a good game in terms of penalty or whatever. I don't know. Probably if they score the chance earlier, they get first half. And to the finish of the game, probably will be a good game in terms of each team playing. But I'm not like Garvey.
Okay.
I think that was the best game overall today. Best game.
Bring across some good points in regards to the game could have swung in any direction. Before me go to Fabian, let me tell you the predictions for that game. There, Fabian said JC 2-0. Shad said 2-1 JC. And I said JC 1, Garvey Maceo 1. And one was one time I see 88 minutes, I said, go score one. I pray for the score one. But I say go. Fabian, what do you think about the game?
Before we start, I must apologize to Garvey Maceo. I did not Garvey Maceo to play like this. So before I go any further, I must apologize to Garvey Maceo, the entire school and their supporters and their fans. You did come out to play today. I really thought it would be an easy game for Jamaica College. That being said, Jamaica College had a very awful day today. Jamaica College was not themselves today. And the first 15 minutes of the game, first 15, 20 minutes of the game, JC was in command of the game because of Garvey Maceo playing 3 at the back and the wind and JC picking them apart and all of that. When their midfielder got injured, that changed the whole dynamics of Jamaica College. It's like it was a different team playing after that moment. And the person that they brought on off the bench, I don't know if that person was ready for the game or they were not ready for the game, but that person made a lot of errors in the game. And then in the second half, Garvey Maceo came out to play. Cleo Clark was excellent. Cousins was excellent. What let them down was their other attacking player. I counted 3 chances in the 6-yard box that Garvey Maceo missed. And it is just a case where Garvey Maceo were playing very good. It is just that the ball in the box, it was falling to the wrong person. So you see the ball is going into the box. You don't want a Clark to be running onto those balls. And the Jamaica College keeper had an excellent game. He was the man of the match for me, that Jamaica College goalkeeper. He had an excellent game today. And persons will say that's what he's there for, and I agree. But Jamaica College were a shadow of themselves today. They need to pull up their socks and fast.
Yeah, without a doubt, Garvey Maceo. I know it's a whole part time right of Garvey Maceo. I mean, I tell us it come like say every time I say boy, look like say them all can turn up, Garvey Maceo just punch in and give one hefty hefty amount of performance. It look like something I've got to Garvey Maceo can win Dakar Cup then just run go win it. Look like that I've got to say. But hats off to Garvey Maceo in regards to the resilient performance they put in. And definitely that JC keeper today come like a keeper who get him debut and him come to prove a point. Say he should be the one starting, be the number one keeper. And definitely he put in a solid, tremendous performance. I would say. The time will come where we and the thing about this game in specific, this game showed me that this Jamaica college team has some issues. Because Garvey Maceo at some point pinning them down. So it is telling me that when this Jamaica college team should face someone who's more lethal up front, they will find themselves on the back foot. They will definitely find themselves on the back foot, and it will be difficult for them to come back from, because this is not the first I've seen teams come at JC and go toe to toe with them like that. We have seen it done by Charlie Smith. Was it Charlie Smith, right? The 3-1 in the first half. Stats, yes, with stats. My bad. Sorry about that, people. My apologies. And then no, they had to dig, extra gear. I don't know for the 5th, 6th, or 7th gear they have to go in now to go find it. But the problem is this now: how often will they find that extra gear? And today them dig for the gear, then dig for the gear, and it just couldn't. They couldn't get extra gear there because of how well Garvey was playing. And hats off to Garvey Maceo, definitely hats off. And you have shown that you are actually a team that no one should even consider saying that you shouldn't consider writing you off. And well done. Now, we have, let me see, I see Kebrak in the comment section. Let me see if we can get him. Because we'll get to the last game. No, I see a lot of people.
The 7th for Garvey, I name Clark. I Henry, when name Clark or Henry. The 7th for Garvey. The winger with them put at full back, left back. And I like the man play some damn good football. I tell you, man. The man take it to the JC. The man, I tell you. At one time, I said, no, man, I really wing at this because the way I behave, full of energy. That's not like, as the man them say, anyway, it was like a chance where you could have given somebody else the man of the match. It was between him from Garvey would have get the man of the match. Because I tell you, the man plays some good football. Look at the 7th. So as I say, I don't know what happened to Cousin in a sense because he don't even take as much shot as I think a striker should have taken. But because I number 11, I think Robinson. He tried more than our Cousin tried. Cousin little more him go and put the ball and him tried for a pass. But I think as a striker, he needs to be more ruthless. He needs to score enough goals and score enough goals. I think him send up on 15 years ago. But in these games, in these big games, you need to pick up the mantle. You're the captain and run with it. You know what I mean? Because I say, get chances when could I really try. I think the keeper make some mistake. But as I said, hats off to Garvey and come and put JC on the back burner. But them know say, yeah, just you alone can play the football as well, the way the people in Jamaica would have say, yeah, JC supposed to win that game clearly. I think JC were very, very fortunate as the commentator said. It's like they watched the old lady car or something. They was very, very fortunate in a sense not to concede. Because, I mean, Garvey were all over them second half. Like, all over them. But just one of them games still. Garvey can get the confidence going to the semi-final of the Dakar Cup, knowing that, yeah, they play one of the best schools in Jamaica, putting up a fight. So the confidence would be there going on to the next games. I don't know who they play next, but in the Dakar Cup, they should have the confidence. I'm not telling you CC. If a Garvey and CC a play, trouble. Oh, I'm going to military.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
All right. So what? I think Shaz mute. Kebrock. Me not see you. Shaz, you hear me?
Yeah, me hear you.
Okay, Kebrock freeze. All right, so we're gonna move on now to the next game, which is actually okay. CC said to make them know say the credit run. People, yes, remember the bet they go on between Kebrock and CC in regards to Edwin Allen going through over Dinthill, and Dinthill actually was the team going through, and the winner was actually Tyrone Turner was the one who won the credit. No one claimed the credit, so Tyrone Turner get all $2,000 credit. For some reason, nobody just decided to then just want to ignore the stakes. But I say go apartheid, apartheid. All right, so we'll go to the last game now. Time is fast ahead. We'll go to the Dinthill versus STATHS. Dinthill versus STATHS. Shaz, let me make a run on that first. Because me have Kebrock available, Kebrock in gone, in like internet again problem, just like mine.
Last time I tell us yo, them concede them first goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And them actually concede, as we say, yo, one of them concede first, or see how them react. Them actually concede first. I think it was, this is Dinthill showing the true colors that they mean business this year. Because I mean, they come back from 1-0 down to win 5-1, which is very lovely. Because as we said, we never see them concede through the season, and they concede for the first time, and the reaction was very wonderful, knowing that they can score 5 goals off the back of conceding first, with the inexperience in terms of conceding. So I think Dinthill right now put themselves in a pole position to tilt the odds in their favor in terms of the Costa Cup and even this Champions Cup. Dinthill put themselves in up front. They say, yeah, we are here to really cause some damage. You know what I mean? But let's see how it goes. It was a good result for Dinthill. We all expect Dinthill to win. I didn't expect them to score 5 still. Can I say, oh yeah, STATHS 2-1, remember? And STATHS really score, but Dinthill take it to another level.
All right. So Fabian, Kebrock still like a problem. Fabian, Dinthill versus STATHS. Dinthill versus STATHS. Oh, before we do that, people, let me do some admin. Now, people may take 10 seconds for everybody who haven't smashed the like button as yet to do so. Please, people, smash the like button. Anyone who haven't done it as yet, please do so right now. It tells us that you're actually liking the program or you enjoy the program. So please do so, people. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do so, please. All right, so Fabian, Dinthill versus STATHS. About 3 times I said. What's your thoughts on it?
The game. Remember last night when you all were saying Dinthill would concede their first goal today? I was probably the only one who was against it because I was saying this is a cakewalk for Dinthill. Even though Dinthill conceded, it turned out just as I expected. I did not expect STATHS to trouble Dinthill that much at all. You remember in the group when we got the report that STATHS they were leading 1-0. I said to them, this is a 3-1 game. Dinthill will come back and win 3-1. Only for Dinthill come back and win 5-1. So there is no surprise here. I think I said it some weeks ago that Dinthill is the hope for the Costa Cup. If the Costa Cup wants to win the Champions Cup, Dinthill is the team to do it. That being said, every team has played a bad game. Dinthill hasn't. They don't have to play a bad game for an entire season. And I don't want anybody to think that they have to. I'm just hoping that they continue to play how they are playing. And the JCKC is going to be tough for them. Remember, I said it. I've always said it. playing against a Stats or playing against a Edwin Allen is different from playing against a Clarendon College, a Cornwall College, a Kingston College, a Jamaica College. So let me see how Dinthill will handle JC or KC in the semi-final with the big boy. Dinthill looks good though. They look very good. Very, very good. And whoever gets Dinthill is going to be a I don't think any of these three teams want to draw Dinthill right now. I am sure of it. The CC Sports Lab saying he's trying to avoid Dinthill. And CC, after you did that to Dinthill in 2019, they are dying to play against Clarendon College. And I can tell you that they are dying for the rematch. So prepare yourself for that.
Cannot be controversial.
All right. So for me, like we have Kerak here. Kerak, what is your point on this game?
The Dinthill game, all right, me did look disappointed. To be honest, I picked Dinthill to win 4-0. Honestly, because I think although a whole heap of people rate Dinthill, most of the expert them or whatever, they make Dinthill a rating. Because to them hear them say, oh, Stats, Dinthill might just barely beat Stats by 2-1 or the odd goal in 3 or, some little talk like that. But I tell a lie, when I see Stats score power, me I look disappointed, but me didn't expect it. I'll be honest. Me didn't expect a 4-0 win. That's what me did predict. 4-0. Said Dinthill would win 4-0. But watch the Clarendon game. Yeah, Clarendon, can never really talk on it. Them robbed Charlie Smith in another game, the big time. But me just feel for Clarendon, they just have the game, I play the game like we're better than them or anytime we can beat them, man. But me never like how them look. Garvey Maceo, bad luck. So, would I love to see a Dinthill GSC semi-final. And then see Clarendon play KC. But I didn't expect Dinthill to win that one. Easy today.
All right. So, I personally think that I'm not gonna say it was that really much of a walkover for Dinthill. And Stats did come and play a little football. But it seems as if Dinthill is just definitely on another level so far from
You watch the game?
Yes, Fabian.
I said Dinthill, they are out for blood.
Yeah. And today I saw an article with the coach. The coach I say, I glean on my seat and I say, we are not favorites as most people are saying in regards and me I look on it and say, all right, the coach is just being humble. The coach is being humble. I'm respect that. I have to respect that because that's a part of football. But in all essence, I think that Dinthill, the further Dinthill is and deeper Dinthill are going to competition, is the more dangerous they seem to be getting. Only team right now. So the entire season they've only conceded 1 goal, and we can clearly remember when Shazzy talked about if they go behind a goal, if they can really come back. Then they went behind.
That's the thing we must say, me they always want them conceive to see how them react. And them did conceive to them, I say, the reaction was great. And
so
me put a little point to it, because Dinthill, the thing I'm rate to Dinthill, and Dinthill, based on all the teams that play today, the thing I'm like with Dinthill are putting away their chances. They're not like the Clarendon College, the Garvey Maceo, or even the JC, we're just scoring 1. Dinthill are actually getting the chances and putting in the back of the net. And you as an opponent are going to fear these teams, because if you do give them an opportunity to do whatever they want to do on the pitch, like how them really do throughout the season, you're gonna get beaten by these teams like of Dinthill. So even the journalists, the big top journalists out there who have the JC, the KCs, and the favorites for even the championship cup, if Dinthill do come at party with them, with their lackadaisical behavior, lackadaisical performance throughout these games today, Dinthill are gonna beat them badly too.
All right, Military, you watch the Dinthill game?
No, they did one today.
Yeah.
Just some little some short snaps me get. Some people are
Okay.
sending me some clip.
Yeah, cause me have a friend where they up there and watch the game, and them man they always tell me say didn't kill no good man or whatever. You always a tease me.
And some
A
short
stats,
snaps, like
a
some 5
stats man.
minutes and then look at
Yeah,
something there.
yeah, a stats man. And the man and me hear my man said Dinthill I finish them chant. You know what him tell me today? Him said, yo, the Dinthill play a good, Dinthill a big side, but them need to score them goal. Them could have give the man them about 10 today. Them nah score them goal, them have missed too much chance. And that the man tell me, so Dinthill missed too much chance.
And then drop 5.
Yeah, and them drop 5. So them nah score the goal, and that him tell me, and you know who him always I say the culprit. Him I say number 9 for score about 6 goals today and all them something there. That a Garvey Mills matter. But in terms of them, you know, them player, I mean, just have to listen to what him say. Him say him the day of the game and him watch it. Him say them bigger than stats, them outclass stats. You know. Me ask him how the goal score, him say him never reach. When him reach him here say Dinthill under 1. So I call me, you know, send me message and I say a bug side under 1, them not good.
All right, so people at the initial stage of the video, I already couldn't know say no I can't go long tonight because tonight it has to be a short night. me have a whole lot of things to do tonight. So we're gonna close off now. But before we close off, Shaz, you have anything you want to say final about the games them today?
Well, as I said, the teams them that the media and the personnel them out there and the neutral fans expect to perform. They need to bring the A game to the party next leg, because next in the semi-final, because these teams were very, very poor today. You know what I mean? And they got the wins which they desire, but on another day it could have been the opposite. You know what I mean? So they really need to put in the work exactly. For example, in Casey, because I said Tolov, and some at one point I think what's your name? What's your name again? Maxine, I say, yo, 4, yeah. And based on what she said in the comment, they're not putting away their chances. So these are the problems that gonna haunt them in the future. So they need to work on these things. So, and the same can say about Clarendon College. Their tempo of playing is too very slow for me in terms of, well, if you're gonna pass a team to death, you need to pass it as swiftly as possible. You can't be passing it where they can go back and recuperate and ready for whatever challenge you put ahead. So they need to do better. But hats off to Garvey, as you say, Garvey was a surprise pack in this group. They give JC a run for the money. It wasn't just about physicality, but speed, tempo, the whole thing. They were on their game for today. Just unfortunate that they have to come out on the losing side. But it was a good game overall. Good football played in some sense, in some aspect. But as I said, the big team they need to improve on whatever they need to do to really make some put some check on the other opponents that they are about to face. But also some good games. The favorites that we have, the favorite we all had to win and go through, they all have complete their tasks. So let's see what's next.
All right. Well said. Fabian, any last thought?
Just congrats to the teams that made it to the Champions Cup. The teams they did do well, even for the schools that played against the so-called big teams, the KC, the JC, the CC, the teams that played against these so-called big teams, they definitely turned up today. They showed up for the party. It's a case where the traditionally bigger schools, the JC had an half day today, Clarendon College had an half day today. I know they will bounce back because they have the quality. Clarendon College looked very passive today. They did not play with any urgency. It was almost like they thought that they won the game already. They don't need to do anything. And it nearly come back and haunt them. I know that they will fix that for the semifinals. Dinthill, as usual, one thing is sure about Dinthill. They have been consistent this season. They are very consistent. And I'm looking forward to the semifinals. I know none of these 3 teams want to play Dinthill right now. But if anybody going to beat Dinthill, it has to be a big name school. And I have said that over and over. So let us see what happens in the semi-final because it's Dinthill and 3 so-called big name schools left. JC, KC, and Clarendon College. And it's an even split.
Where's the Fabian? Dinthill against the colleges.
Dinthill against
the colleges, yeah. So, yeah, so let's see how it goes. And how did y'all go? I mean,
yeah, this was in a few wins. But it's split down in the middle. Too much.
To an attack, gonna be confusion here. Confusion.
I think what happened is Shazzy has a YouTube link open down. I think him having YouTube link open. Close the YouTube. But it's split down the middle for the fans out there. 2D Cup, 2 Manning Cup. That's what we want to see. So it's going to be for me, probably the 2 best teams in the Costa Cup this year versus the 2 best teams in Manning Cup this year. So it should be a very big showdown for the semifinals. Looking forward to it. Thanks to everybody again who come out. Like, share, make sure you subscribe, and make sure invite somebody to come and watch the channel. You have friends who live overseas who want to keep track of their schools. We are at the business end of the competition right now. You know that I rep Cornwall College, no matter where they are. Right, so just come and rep your school, and we'll see you again later this week.
All right, so people, we are closed off now, just an hour. I do apologize that I couldn't get to attend to much of the comments, only a few in the comment section, because I have to go quickly right now on the road. It's late, and I definitely have to make a move. But it was a good day of football, I would say, especially for me, who is not necessarily a Dinthill supporter, but I have been raving for Dinthill since the start of the season, because they're from Linstead and I want them to do well. Even though we're rivals, I still want my rivals to do well. That is just how I think it should be. I want my rivals to do well so that I can do well. So people, thanks for coming in. The Jamaican schoolboy football program has been a good one and another controversial day in football. And it's good to have another discussion. Thanks, Fabian, for coming on. Shaz, big up, massive respect for coming on. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time, people, when the next set of games are coming. Big up.